Welcome back to the final episode of The Haunted House on Elm Street. In our last episode, we left off with a group of 5 teenagers, each with their own unique personalities and fears, trapped in the ancient, eerie edifice known to the locals as the Old Haunted House. This house, a monstrous, looming structure that sat at the end of Elm Street, was shrouded in rumors and ghost stories that had terrified generations of townfolk. It was a place that was whispered about in hushed tones and avoided at all costs. At the heart of this group of teenagers was Emily, a brave, vibrant young woman with a curious mind and a fearless spirit. Her fiery red hair and bold blue eyes were the perfect depiction of her character, strong, fierce, and unyielding. She was the one who encouraged the group to take on the dare of spending a night in the haunted house on Elm Street. A challenge they all now regretted accepting. Each day in the house felt like an eternity, the seconds dragging on into minutes, the minutes stretching into hours. The group had been trapped for what felt like an endless loop of horror and uncertainty, the chilling wind that blew through the broken window panes, the mysterious creaking sounds that echoed through the hallways, the eerie shadows that on the walls, they all added to the sense of impending doom that hung heavy in the air. Amidst the terrifying ambience, Emily discovered a hidden passageway tucked behind a towering, dust-laden bookshelf in the house's vast library. The bookshelf, filled with abandoned literature from years long past, disclosed its secrets silently with Emily's touch. It was as if the house itself was guiding them, showing them a path that was previously unseen. The passage was dark and narrow, a corridor shrouded in musty gloom. It was a path they tread with bated breaths and pounding hearts. They had to stoop low to avoid hitting their heads on the low ceiling, their shoes crunching on the debris beneath them. As they ventured deeper into the passage, their apprehension grew, but so did their hope. They came across faded remnants of the past, long-forgotten artifacts and cryptic symbols etched into the walls. Each step they took tested their courage, pushing their limits as they delved further. On their journey through the passage, they unraveled secrets and unearthed that had been buried for years, adding fuel to the fire of their curiosity and fear. Finally, after what seemed like an endless trek, they found themselves in a room hidden deep within the house. It was a chamber that appeared untouched by time, a relic of the past kept away from the world. As they stepped into the room, they felt a strange mix of fear and exhilaration. The room was filled with a myriad of forgotten objects covered in sheets of dust, as if time had stood still. As they made their way through the passage, they found themselves in a room hidden deep within the house. The discovery of the room marked a new chapter in their horror-filled adventure, the end nowhere in sight. Bear with us as we delve deeper into the shadows of the unknown, continuing the tale of terror and suspense. In the center of the room, they found an old, dusty journal that explained the tragic story of the family that lived in the house. The father had become consumed by madness and had conducted unspeakable experiments in the house. The darkness within it had fed on his madness until it had become a part of the house itself. The group knew they had to break the curse and free the trapped spirits. They used the words of the journal to guide them as they performed a ritual to cleanse the house of its darkness. As they completed the ritual, a blinding light filled the room, and a powerful wind swept through the house, carrying away the evil presence that had been haunting the house for so long. The group emerged from the house, grateful to be alive. And even though they had broken the curse, they would never forget the terror they faced. They had formed a bond in their fight for survival that would last a lifetime. And that concludes our story of the haunted house on Elm Street. Thanks for joining us on TaleTeller Central. Tune in next time for more spine-tingling tales.